Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Hi, everybody. Look who popped in to say hi.
Hey, Meadow.
She just wanted to pop in for a minute and say hi, and then they're going to go feed the chickens. So
Cool.
she stole my Santa hat, but it's yours. What were you going to tell them?
I can't remember if I told you, but I'm 8. I don't remember.
Can you hear her?
Yeah, she's 8.
She's 8. She said, I can't remember if I've been on and told them that I had a birthday and that I'm 8. I think I keep telling everybody you're 9, but you're just 8.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I swear you said she was 9.
I did. I get it wrong. They grow so fast. Yeah, she thinks she's 19. So Mare and Steve are both saying hi. So you're gonna go with Grandpa now so I can get this show under.
Hi.
Now listen, you bring my hat back.
Oh yeah.
Just put it right there. Because I don't want it now, but I want it maybe tomorrow. So hi everybody. Hi John. How you doing?
Hello. I'm good.
Good. I don't know if everybody has heard, but apparently Aaron Smith Levin is getting out of jail today.
That's what we're hearing.
And with no ankle monitor. So I'm just shocked. 22 days for a misdemeanor. So it kind of goes, not really, but I mean, I blame the cult. I blame the cult. I think that they've done something. Mark. Yes. He's crinkling up paper. But yeah, we're going to talk about culty Christmases today. So yeah, I guess Aaron was about to have a culty Christmas. He had a culty Thanksgiving. So anyway, let's see here. I'm going to go see who's in the chat. And then it is kind of a strange time of day. So I think that we'll end up with a lot of people on the replay. So, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It is day 5 of 24 days of Vlogmas. So we're moving right along. So Eat My Shorts is here. Good to see you. And Marilee's here. And they might be the only ones here right now.
Well, it is an odd time.
It is. Oh, there's Exotic Garrett. Hello. Good to see you. And let's see here. Incarnasol is here. Good to see you. Ben is here. See, there's a lot of people here.
Sure.
And no telling who's not actually chatting, who's lurking. So anyway, today we're going to kind of go back to the roots of the channel, kind of. Yeah, a little bit. And I kind of figured that since today is the 30-year anniversary, for lack of a better word. I hate to even say that because that almost sounds like a celebration, but that's what they're saying. That's what other people are saying. So,
Hmm.
30-year anniversary of the death of Lisa McPherson. She was a Scientologist that was in the care of Scientology. I am gonna do a live tonight at 7 Central that talks about we're gonna talk about the last, I think, 17 days of her life. I'm gonna read the actual logs of what the, Sea Org members wrote about the condition that she was in, and so we're gonna do that later, but this one is more a little lighter, but I do wanna let everybody know about that one and that why today is makes sense, I guess, to do a culty Christmas because we're already talking about cults. So, I want the audience to join in. I hate to call them audience, but that's another one I was like, "What do you call them? The chat?" I guess the chat, uh, to join in if you have any experience with this kind of thing or if you know anybody that has had experience, with cults and Christmas or religions and Christmas and how they celebrate or don't celebrate or, whatever. That's what we're gonna talk about. So, yeah, I wrote down on here to tell them that if they're in the chat that, commenting is mandatory, but it's not. This isn't a cult, y'all. So, but do please just join in. So, I'm gonna do like I've done the other days, and I've kinda got this broke down into, I think, 5 just quick little questions or comments that we can then, discuss a little bit. I like to keep
Hmm.
these vlogmas pretty short, but I love the comments when you all make comments. So please do. No Sasquatch sightings, Marilee. Oh, hey Karen, Compost. It's good to see you too. I don't recognize the name, but it is always good to see new names in the crowd. So, uh, for those of you that are new, we do often talk about cults and that sort of a thing on here. We're kind of a peer support channel, really, is what I think of as we used to be primarily an anti-Scientology channel, but we have kind of made the change in the last about 6 months to a peer support channel. And, for those of you that don't know, this is John in the he's in the back office, and he's come out on the screen today to help me because I just had
Hello.
eye surgery, and I was on the screens too much the last couple of days researching and making thumbnails for, like, the next 2 or 3 weeks of videos. So I'm paying for that. My eyes are not working real good today, so anyway, plus I have Hashimoto's, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, so the first group of things that we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull up this slide and John is graciously here to read for me.
Mhm.
So I can actually let me pull this off so that that won't block that last one too. And if you need me to, I can take the chat off of there. But
Okay.
anyway, we're gonna talk about groups and there's like I think there's 4 different slides that show the groups that ban Christmas. So,
Hmm.
we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first one looks like the first one is Jehovah's Witnesses. They hold on a second. They ban Christmas entirely.
Yeah.
Why? Because they say it's pagan.
Mhm.
They believe birthdays and holidays glorify people instead of God. Members who celebrate can face counseling or even disfellowshipping. And this is the most famous modern group that strictly prohibits it.
I was thinking about that whenever I was getting this ready and whether people love him or hate him or whatever, wasn't Michael Jackson Jehovah Witness?
I believe at one time, I think the whole family was.
Because I was wondering, I mean, honestly, as much as he loved celebrations and all that, I wondered, boy, how did that go with his religious, you know, deal. I was just
Mhm.
wondering about that, and I thought that's one of those things I'm gonna have to go look up and see, or did they leave him alone like Scientology does
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and John Travolta? They can if you're famous enough, you can get away with stuff. It was just something I wondered about because he was big into celebrations and things.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Um, either.
I'll
Okay,
have to look
second
that
is
up.
the Seventh-day Adventist extremist offshoots.
Yeah.
Mainstream SDA does not ban Christmas, but some of the splinter groups do. And the examples include the Reform Movement groups, the Independent Purity or Remnant Ministries. And the reason why is because they see Christmas as commercialized or pagan. Some reject any holiday not explicitly commanded in Scripture.
Mhm. Some of
And
that I can kind of understand, like seeing it as commercialized and stuff. I understand that. I wouldn't
Mhm.
I don't understand banning it, but I understand having a problem with the commercialization of it.
Yeah,
But that's how it is with every holiday really anymore. Everything's so commercialized.
absolutely. So third, we've got the Worldwide Church of God, Herbert W. Armstrong. Before reforms in the 1990s, they banned all mainstream holidays, including Christmas, Easter, and birthdays. That's
Wow.
weird. Armstrong taught that they were pagan and that celebrating them was, oh, I can't see that word. What's that word?
Hold on. I can remove it for a second.
Religion, rebellion against God's law. Okay.
Rebellion.
Birthdays?
That's
That's weird. Some of the other ones, I mean, they're weird on their face, but I've never
yeah.
heard of banning birthdays. That's strange.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. So fourth is the Armstrongist offshoots today. Many still ban Christmas. After the main church reformed, splinter groups kept the old teachings. For instance, the Philadelphia Church of God, the Restored Church of God, the Living Church of God, and the Church of God International. And they say that the same Armstrong doctrine that Christmas is pagan, satanic, or idolatrous.
That is just so strange to me. The whole, I can understand like the commercialization, but to actually say satanic,
Yeah,
I mean,
an
that Christmas is
interesting way of looking at it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that really cuz I was just going to make this like another just real fun one, but whenever I actually started looking into this stuff, I was like, wow, I had no idea. I mean, like I could
Hmm.
understand if like if a religion does not believe in Christ, then I could
Right.
understand not having Christmas, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
But to
absolutely.
go so far as to say satanic just was, like, shocking to me.
Yeah, that does kind of jump out at you.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then some Messianic or Hebrew roots offshoots, not mainstream Messianic Jews, but radical fringe groups. And the reason why is they reject Christmas as a Catholic invention. They only allow biblical feast days from the Torah.
Mhm.
And some shame or expel people who even mention Christmas.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I was gonna say those damn Catholics, right?
Yeah, it all revolves around us for sure. And then we also have Iglesia Ni Cristo in the Philippines.
Mhm.
INC members do celebrate Christmas culturally, but the church officially rejects the religious meaning of Christmas and teaches that Jesus was not born on December 25th. Christmas has pagan origins. It's damn pagans again.
I know it.
Members are discouraged from religious holiday practices. Some congregations enforce this more strictly, especially in the U.S.
Mhm.
Iglesia Ni Cristo. I've never heard of that one.
I hadn't either, and,
Hmm.
I don't know that I don't I don't know because I don't know, like, Catholic or anything,
Hmm.
but I don't know if anybody necessarily do they believe that he was actually born on the 25th, or isn't that like an estimation or something
I,
like
I
that?
believe it's an estimation because if I remember correctly, I think it's been determined that Christ was actually born in the spring.
Yeah.
What I heard was around March or April.
That's what I had
Is
heard too.
what they're pinpointing it to, but
But
yeah.
I never, and I guess I should have looked that up to figure out why we do celebrate it on the day we celebrate it.
Mhm.
I'm sure that I have heard it before, but I cannot remember,
Yeah, I
what
can't.
the reasoning was for that.
Yep, me neither.
But it's
That'll
still, I
be
mean, it's
another show.
Jesus.
Write it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Write it down, Susie. Oh, I have notes already
All
from when
right.
I was doing this. There's already like a whole page of go look this up.
Well, I'm sure we got a bunch from last night too, because we were
Yes,
writing
we
book
do.
titles down and all kinds of stuff.
We need to have a show where all we do is just like tell what we've looked up and found out.
Right. Okay, so some fundamentalist Baptist or holiness sects, not
This would
all
have shocked.
Baptists,
No.
yeah, not all Baptists, but extreme independent sects like King James only cultic communities,
Mhm.
the holiness/Pentecostal splinter groups.
Mhm.
And the reason why is again because they claim Christmas is pagan. They
Mhm.
believe Santa equals Satan. Yes, the old anagram thing.
Yeah.
And strict anti-worldliness doctrines. These vary widely, but many have documented bans. All right.
Wow.
Then we've got Christian Science, historically mixed/discouraged. So Mary Baker Eddy's early writings discouraged most holidays, including Christmas, because they emphasized spiritual reflection over material celebration. Gifts and decorations were considered distractions. Today, most Christian Scientists celebrate casually, but some strict branches still avoid it.
I don't know much about the Christian Scientists. I've heard about them, and I actually saw a church. We were in Tulsa the other day, and I actually saw a Christian Science church.
Mm-hmm.
And what was weird was it used to be a Jewish synagogue, and
Oh,
now it's a
hmm.
Christian Science.
I don't think I've ever seen one of their houses of worship, but every once in a while I'll still see a Christian Science reading room, they're called.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's related or if
Yeah,
it's
I
a
don't
separate
know.
thing or what that is, but those have
Yeah,
been around
I
forever.
don't know much about them. I know that it had a sign, that said, Christian Science, but then on the building, because the building was, I mean, old, you know,
Mhm,
and it was carved into, like, the brick or whatever that it was made out of, and
mhm.
that it, had been a Jewish synagogue thing. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
yeah, so it's weird.
Interesting.
There's a lot of that in Savannah too, and it's oddly ones that used to be a, Jewish place of worship to now there's something
Hmm.
else. I mean,
I wonder if there's something to that, if
I
it's
don't know.
specific to
I
the
don't know
Jewish
if they've
religion.
just, like,
Hmm.
built somewhere else, or if there's not as many, and so they don't need
Yeah,
such a big, I don't know. It's really
could be.
interesting.
That might be
Yeah.
worth looking into.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that where there's a heavier concentration of Jewish people, then that's probably not an issue, but, like, I don't know of, I mean, obviously, I don't know everybody in Tulsa, but I don't know a lot of Jewish people. Like, I do know some, but I don't
Mhm.
know, like, a lot. I mean, like, 3 maybe in Tulsa that I know of. Now that doesn't mean there's 3, that
Right.
but that I actually know are Jewish. So I wondered it. I don't know, it kinda made me sad whenever I saw it, and then I was, like, telling myself, "You don't know that it's because of a bad reason, it might just be that they outgrew it," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. That's why I was
So,
curious if it had anything to do with
yeah.
the Jewish religion or if it was just a bunch of synagogues got closed at,
Or maybe they
certain
joined
time.
together, joined, like, and made one big one or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that could be too.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got the Church of Almighty God, Eastern Lightning in China.
Yeah.
Authoritative authoritarian Christian doomsday cult.
Yeah, I was about to say
Dis
they're an actual cult, like, everybody knows they're a cult.
Yeah. Discourages Christmas, calling it Western corruption, pagan infiltration, and idolatry of Jesus rather than obedience to their female Christ.
Yeah, because the one that does it is female. We studied about her a while back because we were like, "Wow, a female and she is
Hmm.
not nice. Well, but she gets like she's kind of the head, but it's her male partner that does all the, you know, talking. Like they make them like pay money to just walk past her and see her sitting there.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's bizarre. I mean,
Interesting.
absolutely
Yeah,
very bizarre.
some of these are wild.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got
Hmm.
this. Hold on, I got to get over to where it is. Okay.
Okay, and then we've got some Islamic extremist cults, not Islam in general, only fringe cults.
Yeah.
So groups like Hizb ut-Tahrir or certain separatist sects forbid Muslims from attending Christmas events, putting up decorations, or exchanging gifts. And the reason why is they believe it as haram participation in Christian ritual.
Yeah, I have several Muslim friends, and they celebrate Christmas, and they decorate for Christmas, and they have gifts, and they do everything that I do. I
Hmm.
mean, and with their children, they do both the whole "this is the reason for the season" kind of thing with Christ, but they also do Santa Claus. They kind of I think that they kinda do it like my friends, and I'm not speaking for all Muslims by any, you know, but the
Hmm.
ones that I know, and they're very Muslim. I mean, it's not like that they're like, "Well, technically I'm Muslim, but I don't really follow it." No, these people are they're Muslim.
Right.
But they kind of have and it kind of made me see it when we were talking about it, is that they kind of see like like it's a euphemism kind of deal. Like Santa bringing gifts is kind of like God, you know,
Hmm.
gifting us with Christ, and it's kind of
Right.
a they under. I've had it explained to me much more eloquently and everything, but yeah, that's how they say that they do both. I mean, one of my doctors is Muslim, and she's very Christmas. Her office is decorated, and she had on a Christmas sweater the other day.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah,
So then we have the FLDS, the
yeah.
Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. So under Warren Jeffs, Christmas was often suppressed or heavily controlled because, let's see, all celebrations required his authorization. Holidays were redirected to glorify the prophet, not the holiday itself. And members lived under austerity rules. Hmm. All
He's a
right.
piece of work, isn't he?
Yeah. And then we have
So
groups that don't ban Christmas but don't really celebrate it. So
mhm.
these aren't bans, but you may want them for context. So Scientology does not explicitly ban Christmas. Actually, they use it for PR and recruitment.
Mhm.
They run winter wonderland displays. But holidays have no theological meaning in Scientology.
And let's not forget that they have that, pirate in the LA Christmas parade that 2 years in a row has fallen to the ground, and they've drug it through the streets of LA.
Oh wow.
First of all, what the heck does a pirate have to do with
Have to do with
Christmas?
Christmas, yeah.
And second of all, isn't it kinda funny that it's like it's a Christmas parade?
Yeah.
I it's like Jesus is like, "Oh, hell no." You know?
All right, and then we have
We're
the
gonna do
Amish.
this.
We have the Amish and Mennonite groups
Yeah.
that celebrate Christmas, but they do it quietly.
I understand
Uh,
that.
yeah, some do a second Christmas, and it's not necessarily a ban, just minimal observance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, more of them than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Steve. Heat My Short says, "Christmas pirate. He steals the gifts from Santa." Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
That would be true. Let me get this moved. So, yeah, so I was wondering, and we can go back and look at the starred comments too real quick and
Yeah.
kind of keep up on some of those.
Mhm.
So, Incarnasol says, "At some point, my wife invited them in for discussions of the Bible. Yeah, all of those things. And even the common names of days don't happen. Roman god names for days." Yeah, I think he's talking about like the whole, is it really then?
Yeah.
So Carrie says my husband was raised Jehovah Witness. I'd be interested to ask him, like, what would they have thought about, or what did they think about, like, Michael Jackson and his family, like, with all the celebrations, because not just Christmas, but birthdays and, anything,
Hmm.
'cause he was big into celebrations, and I know that there are photographs of his children, with Christmas trees and all that, and birthday parties, and so I know the man was celebrating them.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. She said he didn't stay with it, but he could answer probably any questions you have. So,
yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. We need to talk to him.
yeah.
Ben says, I didn't choose the lazy life chose me." What was it he had on his under his name last night? Professional pain in the butt or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Boy, nailed it."
I was going to say, at least he recognizes it. Mary says, I actually don't remember how the cult handled Christmas, but I was pretty young.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, Mare, because I remembered that your mom had got you guys into one.
She said Christian religion stole the date from the pagans. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
where the 25th comes from. Okay. Thanks,
Well,
Mary.
and that's something.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense given the Jewish thing.
I think he's talking about we were talking about the buildings being
Yeah,
repurposed for the Christian Science.
yeah.
And Mary says the Baha'i faith frowns on Christmas, but you don't get in trouble if you celebrate.
Hmm.
Okay. And then Incarnasol says co-opting Saturnalia, darkest day, light coming into the world. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Never heard of that one.
Me either.
Mhm.
So let's see here. Oh, I was just gonna. The next thing which I already kind of talked about it, was I said that I know that the Jewish people do not celebrate Christmas because they don't believe that Christ has come yet. They don't believe
Right.
that the Son has come yet, and
Hmm.
so they're waiting. We're waiting on the second coming of Christ, and they're waiting on the first. And I'm like, he was actually a Jew. I mean, so
Hmm.
I don't know here. So I'm
Well,
no, you know,
that's another conversation I'd like to have someday. Is the
I would
difference
too.
because in the Christian religion, we are taught to believe that Jesus was the King of the Jews.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, that's what they called him
Yeah.
when he was crucified. There was a plaque put on the bottom of the cross that said "King of the Jews." So,
Well, I got a good one coming, 'cause, Jan, one of our mods, is Jewish,
mhm.
and she's coming on next week.
Oh, good.
So
Okay,
maybe we
cool.
can ask her some of those questions too,
Yeah,
you know? So Jan,
absolutely.
if there's any of the stuff that you need to bone up on, please do.
Yeah, do your research, Jen.
Do your research, 'cause we need some answers. But yeah,
Mhm.
I really, really am very interested to learn about the whole Jewish faith. I find it so fascinating,
Yeah,
and, it's one of the very few religions that I have not, I know that some of the very, very strict can be kinda culty, but as far as, just the mainstream, like, Jewish religion, I've heard very few people actually call them a cult of any kind, so
right. I actually live in a suburb of Detroit that has a very heavily Hasidic Jew
yeah,
population, and that's a whole nother thing unto
yeah,
itself. The
yeah.
way they dress,
Is that
and
the ones that the guys have those long,
they
like,
have the little
yeah,
curly locks and the black hats and the black suits.
I think that
And
those look so cool.
my one of my stepkids used to refer to them as the Jewish mafia because
Yes,
they look like it,
they do
kind of.
kind of,
But I'm
absolutely.
fascinated by that sect of
I am too,
Judaism too.
I am too. We'll have to just really dig into it and do that,
Yeah,
'cause I mean, we say we don't talk about politics and religion, and yet we do talk about religion, we just don't judge. We don't,
right,
you know
exactly. We can have conversations about it without,
Yeah. I find it all fascinating. I
being
I have
judgmental.
studied so many different religions, just not
Hmm.
in depth, but, just kind of trying to figure out how we can all believe so different and believe so alike at the same time.
Yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
fascinating to me.
And how
So,
those religions can all coexist in today's
yeah,
society.
absolutely,
Yeah.
including paganism.
Mhm.
So, yeah, he says, "Let's talk about sex." I had a show called that one
Awesome.
time, like a year ago. I was,
Mhm.
anyway. So what gets me, um, before we move on is, talking about Scientology and how they use Christmas for recruitment and, PR and everything. What
Mhm.
gets me is that they have the actual gall to do that, and I mean, and call it Christmas and stuff because they actually L. Ron Hubbard said that Jesus was a pedo. And so that just like should not even allow them to piggyback
No.
on Christmas if he's gonna
Right.
say that Jesus was a pedo,
Mm.
which just ugh,
I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So,
Mhm.
anyway, just a little bit of information on
Mhm.
if you see Scientology, run, kids. The
That's
other
right.
direction, not towards them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh. So,
Mm.
another thing that I was and this is just strictly something that I was thinking about was, does anybody else kind of feel like sometimes that retailers and the commercialization of Christmas creates almost a culty situation or atmosphere? Like
Mm.
like that you have to like I don't know, like they set trends like, if this year is a pink Christmas is what's popular or this year it's all about the Grinch or whatever and like you kind of have to like it's almost like they make you feel like you gotta go buy all new stuff to fit in, to be part
Mhm.
of the cool kids kinda thing, and
Yeah.
just the fact that I mean, like, Farday. Yeah, that's a good name, Black Farday. Black Friday now starts at Halloween and
Yeah.
goes through Christmas,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's the after Christmas sales for about a week, and then it's the end of the year sales, and, or the beginning of the year sales, and
Mhm.
I don't know, I think that it's not the same, but it's like they're creating a clique or,
It's
like
a
they're
it's a retail cult.
yeah, it's a retail cult, kinda like that Lululemon, they said that
Mhm.
that was like a retail cult that, you have to that that's all
I
you wear and this is
I
all you
was
do and everything,
I
and
was just having a conversation with our one of our mods, Brenda, the other day about this. We were talking about yoga pants and how everybody's
yeah,
wearing yoga pants these days. And but not just any yoga pants, they got to be Lululemon. You got to have
yeah,
those $150 a pair yoga pants. You can't go to
yeah.
J.C. Penney and buy the $30 ones.
Well, I buy the $5 ones on Temu.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
might not be street walking in them, walking around the streets,
Yeah, but I, I,
but
I
I
walked.
can be house walking.
Yeah, I walked it when we were in Orlando. We took the kids years and years ago to Disney,
Yeah.
and we went to. They have an area. I think it's called. At the time, it was called Downtown Disney, but I think they changed the name of it. And they have a lot of those high-end stores in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we actually walked into a Lululemon, and I was just blown away by the prices. I was like, "You gotta be kidding
They're
me!"
not even anything fancy. I mean,
No, they're
it
not.
honestly, quality-wise, they're not
Mhm.
any better than, like, Old Navy or Gap like that, and I
No.
mean, but the price is about 4 times the price. I mean,
Mhm.
you can get a pretty good pair of leggings or yoga pants or whatever at Old Navy for anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks, but
Yeah.
not in there.
Mm-mm. No, and
Not
it's
in
all
there.
and it's all about status. It's all
Yeah,
about
and that's
labels,
what
and
I'm kind
I
of
don't
thinking
get
is,
it.
like, that's kinda my point with the, Christmas retail thing is it's like it's a status thing and it's a
Mhm.
being a cool kid and it's tribalism and it's just I don't know, it feels real in a
It
weird kind of
is.
culty way to me.
It
It's
is. It's
not the same, I
subliminal
guess.
messaging.
Mhm.
It's,
Yeah.
groupthink. It's all those things.
Yeah, it's all those things, it's not the same, and yet it is. So,
Mhm.
So
And
anyway,
and the big one that we talk about all the time, which is FOMO, the fear of missing out.
yes,
So if I don't have it, then I'm not part of the cool kids club, and I never will be.
exactly,
And yeah,
exactly.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and I have been horrible about that at times in my life. The whole
Well, I think we all
FOMO.
have.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not so much now, but there have
Mhm.
been times that I've thought, why does this even matter to me? Why do I care if this person that I don't know, has
Mhm.
this or that or whatever, or it is the same with uh, like TikTok or YouTube influencers that,
Mhm.
everybody wants to wear this lipstick because that person does or that shoes or,
Yeah.
and the thing is like I actually do have a couple of in things that, they pay me if I sell anything, but
Yeah.
I don't even ever advertise it. I need to, but it makes me feel almost kinda like "Okay, if you like this, go ahead." I
Mhm.
I went ahead and signed up with them because I get really good discounts. So
Ah.
and one of them's coffee, so I like those coffee discounts, and one of them's
Mhm.
jewelry, and I like those jewelry discounts. So
Mhm.
so anyway, but I never talk about them. I mean, I guess
Right.
I ought to because they're always saying, "Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do" somebody might buy some. But it kinda creeps me out a little bit whenever it's almost like that because a quote unquote influencer, which I don't consider myself, but I'm just saying, or just somebody, a creator,
Yeah.
just because they like something. To be perfectly honest, I kind of found myself being the opposite. I wore that Sephora lip stain that Reese is so known for
Mhm.
probably the last 10 years.
Mm.
And I got so sick of being associated with her that I've quit
Mhm.
wearing it. So isn't that kinda
Mhm.
almost the reverse?
The reverse, yeah, exactly.
I quit wearing something that I really liked because I didn't like somebody that was wearing it. So
Mhm.
dumb. But,
My philosophy is if it's if it's a product that you use yourself,
yeah.
if it's something that you really like,
Mhm.
then you shouldn't have any problem,
Yeah.
putting it out there for people. But
Yeah.
if you're taking a sponsorship deal just
Just
for the
yeah.
money or for
Mm,
whatever, and now you feel icky, you
yeah.
feel like I'm getting
Yeah.
people to buy something that I wouldn't
Which
even buy myself.
like, I do use the things that I have those sponsorships with, but I don't know. I don't feel I'm still, like, in that I'm not an influencer, that's not me, but I don't
Mhm.
know. I might make a little video sometime and put them in the in the somewhere. Put the
Well,
links in there because people could, they could get a discount too.
Well, see, I think of you as a content creator. To me,
Yeah.
an influencer is somebody who posts on Instagram or
Mhm.
Snapchat or stuff like
Mhm.
that, and
Yeah,
they've
that's
got
I don't feel like a
their and
influencer.
their little clips get like 3 million views or whatever. They're making bank off of that. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what they say, they're just trying to get clicks. So
Yeah.
they don't give a shit if the product's worth anything or
Exactly.
not. So I
Well,
take all that with a grain of salt. I'm not a big fan of
I'm
influencers, to
not
be
either.
honest.
I think that's my dislike of them is what has made me so hesitant to
Yeah.
say, "Hey." But the thing is like the 2 things that I have are something that we really like. And so,
Mhm.
I thought, "Well, I might." But I know one time Jenna Miscavige did one, and she was just showing, like, 3 or 4 things that she really likes and that she uses and has used for a long time. And
Mhm.
I did go buy 2 of the things that she mentioned and absolutely love them. And I
Mhm.
thought, "Sometime I should show those because it's like little obscure things
Yeah.
that you might not realize even." It One of them is snail mucus. Yeah, for a moisturizer. But I'm telling
Wow.
you, it has made and it's $10, and I have had a little container of it for probably 5 months. It is not halfway done, halfway empty. It's like maybe a
Hmm.
quarter empty. And she said she uses it all the time, and it just made well, hold on.
How do you get me signed in here? Internet connection?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to do it after I get off of here. But anyway, she said it had made such a huge in her, change in her complexion, and it did mine too, it really has, and so I
Hmm.
thought I could show that sometime because it's, like, reasonably priced, you can get it on Amazon, I don't even know if you have to use any certain brand, I got the one she got, but they have
Mhm.
them all over the place. But it's weird, snail mucus, I'm like it
Yeah.
took me a while, I'm not gonna lie, I bought it, and then it sat there for about 2 or 3 weeks before I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna
The
try it."
the the lengths that women will go to be pretty.
Well, what I was telling myself was it's like, isn't mascara like bat poop? So, if I'm gonna have
Oh,
bat poop on my
yeah.
eyes, what's wrong with snail slime on my face?
Ben says, "Something about a substance called stain you put on your face." I think that kinda sums it up right there. So how
Yes.
about snail mucus, Ben?
Yeah, how about snail mucus?
Or bat guana. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's see here, let's see what was next. Um, no, there's people there. He's like, "Is there just the 2 of you?" Well, there's just the 2 of us on screen. Mark's always asking questions now that he thinks he's a producer.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said the other day was, "I'm the producer," and I said, "No, that's the sleeping, snoring bulldog at my feet. She's the producer."
Well, he probably meant there's only 2 of you tonight because there was 5 of us
Yeah, there
last
was
night.
5 last night. Yeah. So,
Well, that
anyway,
accounts
and
too. She pops in from time to time, so.
yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask people was how do if the commercialization of Christmas and everything can seem kind of culty in ways, how do different people prevent like falling into those traps with all the hoopla and everything and remember the reason for the season, whether that be Christ or love or because even if people don't believe in Christ, it can be about love, like we were talking about last night.
Mhm.
And so I just wondered, like, how do we prevent that? I mean, do we just like, you know, don't look when you're walking through the stores, don't go to the Christmas section,
Right.
you know, put it on mute when it comes on a commercial on TV or something? Because I don't know. That was another one of those things I'm kind of just thinking about.
Yeah. Well, it's like you
Mhm.
said, I mean, it went from being a religious celebration to
Mhm.
the season of giving
Yeah.
to what'd you get,
Yeah. Or
and it's like
how much did you spend?
right,
You
exactly.
know.
So it's more of a pissing contest nowadays than it is, anything else, and that's
Mhm.
sad because we've
Mhm.
lost sight of what it actually means.
I saw a video, and I don't remember if it was on Facebook, which I'm very rarely ever on, but it might have been because 'cause I'll watch a lot of those reels or whatever they're called.
Mhm.
But anyway, there was this older lady, and I don't know if she's making it up or if it was true, but it made me think about it. I think she was actually telling the truth. But
Mhm.
she was talking about, and I don't remember if it was for a Christmas gift last year or if it was her grandson's birthday or what it was. But she was talking about that her son and daughter-in-law had bought the grandson, and he's fairly young. I mean, I think, like, probably around Vetta's age.
Mhm.
But anyway, she said they bought him a $200 electric scooter, and she said, "I bought him a yo-yo." And she's which seemed like such a grandma kinda thing,
Mhm.
especially, like, our grandparents probably, more than us as, our generation as grandparents, but, like, our
Mhm.
grandparents. But
Yeah.
anyway, so she said, "Do you know where that scooter's at?" And the guy interviewing her said, "I don't know." And she said, "In the garage. He never touches it. Do you know where that where that yo-yo's at?" And she said, "It's in his hand. He plays with it every day, all day long." And I thought,
There you go.
we really need to think about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That it really isn't just about those big flashy gifts. I mean, all
Mhm.
kids want them, but it's like we need to start just thinking about what's gonna get used and not what's just bright and flashy and
Yeah,
popular.
absolutely.
So and maybe they get one big gift, but my goodness, when I had the newspaper, I am not kidding you, John. We would publish all of the kindergartners letters to Santa from this area. So we had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 schools that we would publish the kindergartners' letters to Santa. These are
Mhm.
kindergartners.
Mhm.
They wanted, iPads, cell phones, Xbox, electric cars. They wanted all this stuff, and I'm like,
Teach them
"Who
young.
are your parents? Is your last name Rockefeller?" Or,
Right.
what in the hell? I mean,
Uh-huh.
I I it blew me away. I was so glad that my kids were grown, and I don't know about others, but our daughters, they don't do that with their kids. I mean, they might get,
Right.
like one bigger gift, like, maybe Santa brings them a iPad or something, or some sort of tablet. I don't even know if it's an iPad, but some sort of
Mhm.
tablet,
Yeah.
age appropriate kind of thing. But
Mhm.
then the rest of it is like just little things here and there that they want, books, toys, whatever, clothes. I mean, but not these, all these $500-600 gifts, one after the I don't know, it just
Mhm. It's
uh,
bad. It's really bad.
but, all the kids, if one kid wants that kinda stuff, every other kid
They
wants it
all
too,
do. Yeah.
which is a little bit culty too. It goes
Yeah.
into the whole thing that we're talking about, so
FOMO.
yeah. And my last question that I had was, I was wondering if anybody in the chat or in the replay after the live, if you have ever left a group that either banned or just didn't celebrate Christmas, and I'm wondering if you do now. So like Mare, I don't does Mare celebrate Christmas now, or are you still? I think she's still in there.
Mhm. They
Yeah,
do.
Mare says our grandparents never gave us gifts, but do you? I know she does. I'm pretty sure she buys her grandkids gifts.
Yeah. In fact, she was
Yeah.
just talking about being out there because they were having problems with the Christmas lights and
Yeah, yeah.
couldn't
So
make it
she
work.
does. She celebrates it. And I mean, and
Mhm.
she's somebody that was in a cult that did not, you
Mm.
know. I mean, granted, she was young,
Yeah.
but yeah, here, Ben's right on this too. It says the commercials are big on getting you to compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw something else I was gonna me and my I have got to what is that?
Mayor says every year I give my hubby a maximum amount to spend on the grandkids, and he always goes way over budget.
Yeah, I am really trying. I I
Mhm.
I don't have a actual budget, but I have the 4 gift rule, and I'm trying to stick to it, and I'm trying to none of those 4 gifts are huge. It's
Mhm.
now one grandson, he might be getting something that's a little bit bigger, but his other 3 are considerably smaller, and so it evens out kinda deal. And I'm having to make myself not feel guilty if I spend X amount of dollars on this child, that I have to spend that same X amount of dollars on
Right.
all the rest of them. You know,
Mhm.
maybe this one got something just a little bit bigger, and I don't do it where it's like an obvious thing. But
Yeah.
honestly, maybe this one child needs something that these others don't,
Mhm.
and so, I don't know, I'm really, really trying. I saw
Mhm.
Heat said all I want for Christmas is a box of Staples.
Yeah. And then he sent this.
Oh, funny. Oh, goodness.
Mhm.
I was gonna see what that other one was real quick.
And for all of you that are interested, we will be doing another live tonight, as Susie mentioned
Absolutely.
about the Lisa McPherson case.
Yeah.
Uh, going to be a trigger warning for that one. That's going to be a
Yeah,
tough one for both of us because
it
Susie and I are
is.
both very passionate about that story.
Mhm.
And so there may be some tears shed when we're talking about it, but
I'm just kind of warning everybody in advance. I'm not going to do a roll call at the beginning of the video,
no.
and I will have John there to star some comments for me so that I'm not even gonna have the comments where I can see them,
Right.
because I don't wanna get distracted. I want to tell it and tell it with the importance that I believe it deserves. and then afterwards I'll go to all the starred comments and we can talk about whatever everybody wants to talk about. But I just want to get like the information out, because what I'm going to do is go by the logs that the actual Sea Org members that were caring for her for 17 days kept, and the condition that she was in, and it's awful.
It
But yeah,
is.
we're gonna do that. It's kind of a remembrance because of the 30-year anniversary of her passing, and so
I,
we're gonna.
I
I
can't
call it
believe
her
it's been
murder.
30 years. I really can't
Can't
believe it.
either. I can't either. But I think that's about all for today. Thank you so much, John. I
Yeah.
am gonna lay off for a couple of days. I'm gonna lay off the screen time for a little bit. I think I just was like, oh, this is fun. I can go back to being on the screen all the time.
hmm
And my eyes are just really tired.
Yeah,
So
you
I
can't spread yourself too thin, my friend.
no, it's just what a mess. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get that done. But we will be back at 7 Central. So I am gonna go ahead and go. And I thank you all. I love you all. Thank you so much, John. Thank you to my mods. And we will see you later.
We'll see you later, guys. Have a good one.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons.